No, it was really nice. It was like a whole new team showed up to prove themselves after a game like that. It was just really nice to see everyone coming together and showing how we can play volleyball.
Yeah, I thought we were pretty sharp on Saturday. There was that excitement to be back in Masari and be at home. And the girls, they were locked in and executed well. So to be able to come out and bounce back and get back to our winning ways was great. And hopefully sets the stage for a competitive weekend this weekend.
It's really nice actually. So we run a 6-2. The setter sets from the back row. And it's nice knowing that we can do that because we have a bunch of offensive weapons, especially on the right side. So it's actually nice having two setters splitting the time because then we both get to connect with specific hitters better than if it was just one person. And then we can use our offensive weapons from the right side, especially more effectively. Yeah, I think so. Like we all of us setters definitely like set a little bit differently, but like we both have connections with the hitters that we set, so it definitely like there's a difference when each setter's in. Been really locked in lately, getting some really good practice in. We're really focused, especially because it is hunting season. We want to go out and show people what we can really do.
I think it's got to tick them off a little bit. But I think it also gives us a little bit of confidence in knowing that we can compete with teams just to have that pedigree. We're the new kid on the block, and so as we're trying to reemerge and put ourselves in this position to knock off some of these top teams, I think it gives us that understanding of one, what it takes, and two, knowing that hey, we're good enough to be there if we show up and we do what we're supposed to do. So um, I know it gives us a little bit of confidence, but I can just about imagine that they've been thinking about us and had our picture up on that dartboard for a few months now. So we have to be prepared for that, and when we get punched, we got to be ready to punch back. So it should make for a fun weekend.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting, and I think it's more exciting because we played them at the beginning when all of us didn't really have a bunch of practice. So it's almost like we're both going to see a new team on each side of the court. But I'm really excited to see what we bring and what they bring this time. I think it's going to be a really fun game.
For us, we try to keep the conversation focused on ourselves. I think that's kind of where we got derailed a little bit last week. Was we were worried about who we were playing instead of executing what we were doing, and so we kind of got back to that on Saturday. Both teams with Mines and Regis are going to be extremely talented, well coached, well organized. So for us, it's go in, play your rear ends off, be great at home, and hope that we get a little bit of road volleyball from both of those opponents and put ourselves in a position to compete. I think if we can do that at home, I think we're comfortable enough here. Statistically, there's a large jump when we're playing at home right now, and so if we can go out, take care of business, and just kind of settle in and find our groove, I think we're going to find ourselves in two. It's going to be two really fun matches of volleyball and some great quality volleyball. So it'll be exciting. And I think both teams will require us and force us to raise our level of play, um, which is good. I think we're able to see what we can do.
Yeah, it was actually really nice getting fans again. It's been a really long time, and playing in those quiet gyms is it's a lot harder than you think it'd be. So it's kind of nice knowing people are there supporting you and cheering you on, and it just brings a whole new energy to the gym, especially when we're at home.
Yeah, with Mines, they've got a middle that's extremely dynamic that they like to get the ball to a lot. And so I don't know that you can stop her, but I think you got to try to slow her down. And so just being disciplined in defending the slide, and she hits a lot of stuff behind the setter. Defensively, we've got to really try to make sure that we're doing what we can to try to slow her down and stifle her just a little bit. And then I think we're going to have to serve aggressive. They've got a few passing rotations where they pass with two. And so it's going to be important for us to try to attack those and try to get them rattled because they're a great passing team. And if they're passing, then there's a reason their offense is leading the conference in efficiency right now. With Regis, it looks like they're kind of doing a lot of the same things. They just really cleaned it up and things are clicking. They've sped up their tempos a little bit. They just look a little bit more well-oiled than before. But in terms of like system and those kinds of things, we haven't seen a ton of changes from them. So For them, it's going to be, go out and defend the things that we know that they're going to bring at us. And for us, it's just improving the things on last time. We went over the stats last night, and our stats in our 5-set loss last week were slightly better than our 5-set win against Regis to start the season. And so just reminding the girls that, hey, it was our first game. We didn't play particularly well. And I think Regis is going to be a lot better. And I hope that we're going to be a lot better as well now that we're several months further down the road into the season. So it's just going to be coming out and executing. Last time we played them, we didn't get Jazzy involved very much. And so we'd like to be able to get her going. And the big thing is just control first ball. I think if we can rattle them and serve receive and eliminate some of their options in the middle and spread things out to the pins, that'll help us quite a bit.